Use the following results from a test for marijuana use, which is provided by a certain drug testing company. Among 144 subjects with positive test results, there are 27 false positive results. Among 153 negative results, there are 5 false negative results. We're going to complete parts A through C. What we want to do is, a hint is construct a table. So we're going to first create and fill out a table with the values presented in the problem. So again, the title is actually used marijuana. So we're going to have a row that represents the positive test result, and this is the test indicated that the subject used marijuana. The second row is the negative test result, is the test indicated that the subject did not use marijuana, and then we have a third row called the total. Over here we have no, and then we have yes, and then we have the total. Now here it says that there were 144 subjects with positive test results. So that means the total is 144 that had a positive test result. So that means that 144 had the positive test result. Okay? And then it says there are 26 false positive results, which means that they did not actually use marijuana, but it says that they have a false positive results. That would be 27. Now, in order to figure out this number, we would take 144 and then subtract that 27 to give us the amount of 117. So 117 means that they tested positive and they did use marijuana, which would mean that that's a true positive. Okay. Now, among the 143 negative results, so that means we have negative results, there is a total of 153. There are 5 false negative results, meaning that they did use marijuana, but they got a negative test result. Therefore, this is where the 5 is going to go, which is the false negative. Now, in order to find this result here, we would take the 153, subtract 5, and that would give us this result here, which is 148, meaning that they actually used marijuana, no, and therefore it's a true negative. Now let's find the total of each column. So if we add how many actually used marijuana that said no, so 27 plus 148 is going to give us 175. And then how many said yes, 117 plus 5 is going to give us 122. Now the total is, if you add the total column or the total row, it's going to give us the total amount, which is 297. Now that we've figured out the table, now we want to answer our questions. So, how many subjects were included in the study? Now there's many ways of doing that. We can add the total number of subjects who tested positive to the total number of subjects who tested negative. Therefore, this 144 plus 153 equals 297. Or we could have said 175 plus 122, but what was given in the problem is the total amount for 144 plus 153, which gives us the answer of 297. Now the next question says, how many subjects did not use marijuana? So that means this is the column of no. So we're going to add 27 with 148. So the two groups of subjects that did not use marijuana, the first group is subjects that with a true negative test result, and that was 148. The second group is the subjects with a false positive test result, which is 27. So we're going to find the sum of these two groups. So 148 plus 27 equals 175. Now for part C, it says, what is the probability that a randomly selected subject did not use marijuana? Now we're going to divide the total number of subjects that did not use marijuana by the total number of subjects in the study to find the probability that a randomly selected subject did not use marijuana. So we're looking for the probability that did not use marijuana. And then we're going to round it to 3 decimal places. So here's the probability of the subjects that did not use marijuana. We would take 175, which is the amount over here, and that's the total that said no. And then we're going to divide it by the total of the amount of the total of the entire group, which is 297. And so therefore we would get 0.58922589. Rounding that to 3 decimal places gives us 0.589.